Let's learn how to crochet today. Okay, so first things first, let's go to Michael's or your local yarn shop. Tons of knitting needles and crochet hooks. Let's look at a couple of options. Crochet hooks vary not just by how much you're willing to pay, but the size of the stitches, how ergonomic it is, and the material that it's made from. But they all basically crochet, so you really can't go wrong. The hook I'm choosing for today is an ergonomic crochet hook in size G, which is a 4mm hook. In addition to a hook, you also need to get some interlocking stitch markers. Make sure they open and close. Times like this, I get nostalgic for Joann's, so I'm actually really excited to be in the Michael's and Joann's Knit and Sew shop. Today, I chose this Loops and Threads Impeccable yarn, which is an acrylic yarn that's washable, and that's pretty important for this project. It's 285 yards, and it is a 4 or medium weight yarn, which will be great with a 5mm hook as recommended, or I like to use a 4mm hook too. This is great. I found what I want, so now let's go home and get started. Grab about 4 to 6 inches of yarn. Start by wrapping the yarn around your finger and pinching where it meets. This is what it should look like. So pinch that yarn, take your 2 fingers, put it through that hole, and grab the small portion of yarn. You're pulling up that loop, and then pull everything to tighten. This is a slip knot that you can then put on your hook and tighten. With your slip knot on your hook, you need to set your hand position. I like to do under, over, and then use my 2 fingers to grab the hook or the fabric. So to begin, you're going to go under your yarn, hook it, and pull it through. Under your yarn, hook it, and pull it through. We call this yarn over and then pull through 1. These are all the steps that you need to make chains, and chains are the foundation of your crochet. So continue, yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 1. And now let's check and see how many chains we have. I like to hold the yarn so that I can see the tiny V's that are forming, and I count these to make sure that I have enough. Continue, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 1. And then continue like this until you have the desired number of chains, because this is where you're going to work your stitches moving forward. Now let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Great, so this is the appropriate number of stitches that we need. Now let's add an additional chain, an additional 2, and this will form the start of our single crochet. So now for our next row, we are going to insert our hook into the 3rd stitch from the right. We're going to insert our hook and then yarn over, pull through 2 stitches. Let's do that again. Insert the hook, yarn over, pull through 1, and then yarn over, pull through the 2 remaining stitches that we have on our hook. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Let's continue. Insert, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and continue until we get to the end. I have something interesting to show you at the end. Keep going until the end, and then we're going to stop and count our stitches to make sure that we have the appropriate number before we finish up this row. So a couple more stitches, and then we're just going to pull up on this top loop and count the V's to make sure we have enough. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we're good. We have exact number of stitches we started with. So now we will go ahead and put the hook back on, put the yarn back on our hook, and we will chain 1 and then turn our work. So now we'll start working across from the right to the left again. So let's get set up with our under overs and skip that first stitch and go into the second hole. Insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and continue all the way to the end. And once we get to the end, let's do our count again and make sure we have the appropriate number of stitches. It's so important to count when you crochet to make sure that you have the appropriate number of stitches and you're not accidentally dropping stitches. So we're almost to the edge here, and let's do our quick count to check and make sure we're on the right track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I am missing a stitch. So I'm going to go back into this little knot right where we first started, and I'm going to insert my hook here and do a single crochet, and this will help me get to the right point. So let's take another look at this. As you can see, my piece is nice and square. If I hadn't inserted that last stitch, eventually my piece would start to make a triangle. But because I did, we have a nice rectangle and we're good. Great job!